May prosecutor ba tayo?
Sir, pero we can just do a ceremonial.
Yeah. In front of you na lang.
Sige, sir.
Ceremonial.
So maybe we could do just so para, kasi filing of actual cases na to, no? So we'll have to do the verified complaint. So I'll have to swear by the cases.
Okay.
Justice, you will, ikaw na lang?
Yes, sir, pwede.
Sige.
Ikaw na lang. Ikaw.
Which one?
ASG. So, we'll do there are two cases that we're filing today in partnership with the ICI. The DPWH will be the complainant of two cases. One case is on the project in La Union involving Silver Wolves Corporation. If you recall, this was a project that was visited several weeks ago, which was found to be very substandard, but already fully paid, even if it was not yet completed. No, so that is the first case. It's a case for malversation of public funds with falsification of public documents. No, it is non-bailable. No, and it holds a similar penalty as the other cases, which is life imprisonment. The other case is also on malversation of public funds through falsification of public documents, also non-bailable. This one on the Davao Occidental case, no? Davao Occidental case that we visited, and this was clearly a ghost project involving St. Timothy Corporation, one of the corporations of the Diskaya couple. So, maybe we'll do the Silver Wolves muna.
Stand up, oh.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Swear.
Davao muna.
Sige, tama mo na, sir. Sir, please raise your right hand. I have here a sworn complaint by the affiant Vivencio B. Dizon. Do you recognize this name, sir? Is this your name?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Do you also swear to the contents of the complaint and swear that it is from your personal knowledge, sir?
Yes, I do.
Sir, I'm showing you the signature on the complaint as well as the verification and certification against forum shopping. Is this your signature, sir?
Yes.
Yes, sir. So we'll move on to the next one.
It's cute. The La Union case.
I have with me the complaint, Secretary of the Department of Public Works and Highways versus Hill B. Lorenzo, Raul T. Gali, and Mario L. Laroya, et al. The name of the affiant appears at the last page. Vivencio B. Dizon as affiant. Is this your name, sir?
Yes, sir.
And also appearing is your signature. Is this your signature, sir?
Yes, sir.
Do you swear to the allegations, and are they of your personal knowledge, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
That will no longer undergo evaluation. It will go straight to PI.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Oops. So tuloy na sa preliminary investigation itong kasong ito. Save some time. Kasi hindi naman kinakailangan na evaluate pa. The 72-hour or the 48-hour period is not necessary. Okay. Anyway, Justice, we want to say anything first?
No, this is your province. I cannot comment because we're part here.
Yes, sir. Anyway, the complaint on La Union, Silver official owner of the company. So there's a clear case of conflict of interest, also punishable also under Republic Act 3019. And the other case is in Davao. It's a ghost project that they started working on
2021.
It was supposed to have been completed in 2021, but after the news erupted, they tried to start working on the projects. So they started working on the projects after the scandal had already broken out. So it's really a ghost project. So it's falsification. It's
Malversation.
malversation committed through falsification, through and with falsification.
Just to clarify, so the Davao Occidental project was bid out in 2021. It was awarded in 2022, supposed to be completed in 2022, but obviously, according to testimony of the residents themselves, and also upon investigation by the CIDG of the PNP, it was never completed. And the construction that was started there was started only last August of this year. So already 3 years since the supposed completion and full payment of the project. So it is clearly a ghost project. On the other hand, this La Union project, again, is a substandard project, again, fully paid, but not yet completed. And just to add to the Ombudsman's earlier statement, we have also received allegations from no less than Mayor Benji Magalong, who alleged that the owner of Silver Wolves Corporation, the beneficial owner, is Congressman Eric Yap of Benguet. So, of course, we will leave that now to the Ombudsman in its ongoing investigation.
Sir, para lang po malinaw, ito pong mga beneficial owners ay nakalista na, inirereklamo na po ba natin dito po sa dalawang reklamong ito o hindi pa po?
Dito, wala pa po.
Wala pa.
Wala pa po.
This is the first contractor case.
Actually, the second one, because the first one was, I think, initially referred by ICI regarding SunWest Corporation
SunWest,
and former Congressman Zaldico as beneficial owner.
Tapos sir, dito po sa Davao Occidental, ang beneficial owner din nito ay si Sara Diskaya. No?
Opo, si Sara Diskaya po ay beneficial owner after on her own admission that she is the owner of St. Timothy Corporation, which she admitted during the Blue Ribbon hearings.
Sir, Ombudsman, if you could tell us, ano na po yung mangyayari ngayon na ibinunyag natin na meron po tayong person of interest, ano na po yung proseso, paano po yung investigasyon?
Ano yan? It will undergo AMLAC research also. Anti-money laundering research. At yun naman, hindi na pwedeng galawin yun eh. Hindi na pwedeng galawin yun. And depending on the time element here, he was also the chairman of appropriations before, from 2019 to 2022. And we will find out if there were other contracts done by this company when he was the chairman of the appropriations committee. But it's a clear case of conflict of interest. Congressmen should not partake of contracts, should not even be related to the people doing the contracts.
Tapos sir, ipakipaliwanag lang po, ano na po yung magiging susunod na proseso dito po sa atin po mga complaint na ito?
Preliminary investigation na yan, diretso na yan, pasasagutin na sila. They will have to file their counter affidavits. But of course, we can still bring in some additional evidence after their counter affidavits so that we can join the issues as soon as possible.
Sir, para lang po maliwanag sa publiko, bakit wala na po tayong fact-finding?
Ano yan eh? Yung fact-finding, verified petition na to, na-vet na lahat ng documents. It's the Secretary of Public Works who brought it here. And it was also vetted by the ICI. That's why there's already a presumption that all of these things have undergone complete scrutiny. And we will adhere to that.
Sir Vince, for the record nga lang po, ilan yung sinampahan sa La Union and Davao Occidental?
Ilan po total?
Opo.
1, 12 people ang kinasuhan plus the Silver Wolves Corporation for the La Union case.
Okay, sir.
9 para dito sa Davao Occidental case plus St. Timothy at sila Sara Diskaya.
Walang mga taga-DPWH dito, sir? Ang pinasukan.
Puro taga-DPWH. Puro mga taga-DPWH ito.
Secretary, to be specific and clarification, how much is the amount involved in that two projects?
Yeah, let me just make sure that I get the figures right.
You'll get the information.
I'll send the information to you. No?
Kung district yan, it must be below 150.
Below 150
Sir,
million.
doon po sa 12 respondents doon sa La Union, ang sabi niyo sa Davao, puro mga DPWH officials.
Sa Gaon yun, ganun din.
Puro DPWH po.
Yes.
Bakit wala
Besides the construction
wala
companies.
pong mga politika?
Wala pa. Pero nasabi na nga ni Ombudsman kanina, meron silang titignan dahil sa mga aligasyon
Na ang beneficial owner.
na ang beneficial owner nung Silver Wolves Corporation, yung kontratista, ay si Congressman Eric Yap.
Siyempre, sinusubukan nila itago yan. At yan naman ang ating trabaho ay halukayin ang relasyon o kaya yung pagkakasangkot ng congressman bilang may-ari ng Silver Wolves Corporation.
Ombudsman, clarification lang doon sa AMLAC, sir, regarding doon sa petition, yung kay Congressman Yap. Hihiling po ba tayo sa AMLAC na ma-freeze yung mga assets?
Yes. Actually, marami lang pending ngayon sa AMLAC na freeze orders. May nung ka-file lang sa Court of Appeals. And we will do that.
Sir, sorry, may timing ba tayo when natin hihiling yung pag-freeze ng mga assets ni Congressman Yap?
Well, as soon as possible. Kasi person of interest na siya eh. And may complaint na. And then we will just transmit the cover page to the AMLAC so that they may act accordingly. Cover page because all the identities of the people will be needed by the AMLAC also.
Sir,
Sorry.
reception, sir.
Prince.
Gaon yun. Sorry. Gaon yun. Yes.
Clarification. Sir, why at your level, why at your level, hindi pa kayo nagsama sa complaint nyo ngayon ng salary grade 27 month? Because I understand the public needs to see na yung mga top level,
Yes.
hinahabol na rin natin. How do you respond?
Unang-una, yes.
Salary grade 26 pababa.
Okay. Unang-una, papaliwanag ko, no? Ang DPWH, pag nag-i-implement siya ng proyekto, decentralized yan. In this case, itong dalawang distritong ito, district level below 150 million pesos yung mga proyekto. Ang ibig sabihin nun, lahat nung mga bidding, lahat ng pag-implement kuno ng mga proyekto, yung pagbayad sa mga kontratista ay nangyari sa level ng District Engineering Office. No, lahat ang pagbayad, ang pag-approve, pag-certify, lahat ng galing. So yun muna yung initial na pwede natin kasuhan dahil yun ang pinapakita sa atin ng ebidensya. Pero, kagaya na rin na sinabi ng ating ombudsman, hindi tumitigil doon ito. Kasi habang nakakakuha tayo ng mga bagong ebidensya at bagong testimonya, pwedeng meron pang mas matataas at meron pwede din sa labas ng departamento ang masama sa mga kasong ito. Katulad na rin nung na-mention na person of interest dahil nga sa serious allegations of beneficial ownership ni Congressman Eric Yap. So, evidence-based tayo kailangan, pero hindi ibig sabihin, dito natatapos ito. Simula pa lang ito.
Secretary, what about in Davao? May politicians ba na possible na involved in that decision?
Wala pa. Pero, nasabi na rin ng ating ombudsman, depende kung anong makuha nating ebidensya, pwedeng lumabas dito sa mga pangalan nito at pwedeng umakyat pa at lumabas ng DPWH ang pwedeng makasuhan.
We will look into the allegations that Claudio Bautista, the congressman from there, at that time, I think, no, siya pa yung congressman, no? Is a beneficial owner
We will
of
verify,
the,
yes.
is a beneficial owner of the construction company.
Sir, kay Congressman Eric Yap, siya po ba ay, parang ngayon lang din naman talaga siya officially lumabas na pangalan? Ito po ba ay matagal na natin pinag-aaralan? Ano na po, sir, yung alam natin so far?
Ano kasi yan, Eric, magkapatid yan Eric and Edvic Yap. Meron na kami nakuha transmittal ng pera from the AMLAC papunta kay Edvic Yap. So nakita namin may pattern talaga na meron talaga silang kinalaman sa mga kontrata kasi yung transmittal ng pera galing sa Diskaya. yung nakita namin.
So ito po yung tinukoy nyo dati.
Yan.
Ito yung magkano sir, if you remember?
70 million.
70.
70 million yan. The other one was not yet a congressman, but a congressman now. The other one is Salvador Plato, congressman for Bulacan. Yung kasama sa remittance ng Diskaya na natag ng Anti-Money Laundering Council.
Sir, ito ba yung bank-to-bank transfer?
Bank-to-bank transfer.
Sir, ano po yung pinatutunayan noon?
Na they were enmeshed in kasama sila sa pagkilos ng kontrata. Sila'y nakikialam at nakikiisa sa pagkilos ng kontrata. Bakit magbibigay yung kontratista ng 70 million papunta sa isang tao kung hindi dahil sa kontrata?
Sir, may time period tayo nito. Kung around what year?
Yung nakita ko noon, kundi 2020 and 2019. Yung Edvic Yap from Diskaya.
Si Edvic Yap po ang nagpadala sa mga Diskaya o Diskaya po?
Diskaya nagpadala ng pera.
On both, sir.
On both.
Yeah.
Ganon din. Si Diskaya rin nagpadala.
Sorry, I have the figures already. Sorry. So for the Davao Occidental case, 96.5 million pesos. Para sa La Union, dalawang phases ng project worth 89.7 million each, total of 179.5 million. 179.5 million. Pero split into two contracts worth 89.737 million each.
Sir Vince, doon po sa respondents from DPWH, meron ba po itong incumbent doon?
Yes, meron.
Meron na rin wala na sa DPWH?
Parang lahat incumbent. Parang lahat ay currently nandun. So, nag-file na kami ngayon ng kasong to at magsisimula na rin kami ng dismissal proceedings against them. Kagaya nung ginawa natin.
Ano yan,
Kagaya ng
kasabahan
ginawa
din namin ng investigation based on Republic Act 6713 para we may also file civil forfeiture cases.
Sorry, kay Justice lang po. Justice, kumusta po yung case build-up natin? Are we planning po ba na mag-file din po sa Ombudsman, sir? Yung mga nakala po natin ebidensya doon sa mga ginagawa ng case build-up.
We won't file, they will be filing.
They're assisting each other here. Relationship.
Justice, kung okay lang po, sabi niyo po kahapon, next week po tayo po ay mag-live stream na ng ating po mga hearing. But today, aaralin niyo po ba? Ano po ba yung balak po natin? Lahat po ba ng hearings ay live stream o pili lang po muna?
We issued a statement this afternoon. Please refer to that. Yes, it's out already.
Sir, for soundbite purposes, TV reporter po kasi kami. Kung pwede lang.
Well, we have to adopt rules of procedure regarding live streaming. So, in fairness to the parties that are going to attend, we have to have a rules of whether they consent or not. So, it will take some time to do it, but rest assured that it should be done sometime.
Sir, pag sinabi po natin na hihingin natin yung consent nila, kapag hindi po sila pumayag, hindi na po tayo mag-live stream.
We are studying that. We're studying that.
Justice, sorry to push the question, pero regarding po dun sa live streaming, ito po ba yung sa pamamagitan po ng Facebook page, ng ICI, or government state media po ba? Paano, sir, para mas malaman po ng publiko paano na?
That's technical, no? I don't know what the medium, but we will live stream.
If I may just add lang on the question earlier about yung filing, no? I think, alam nyo naman, DPWH is here to support the ICI. No? We are the ones providing the
Data.
the documents, all the information, especially on ghost projects, no, or very substandard projects like the one in La Union. Ngayon, ang napagkasunduan po namin is pagka itong mga proyektong ito na halimbawa itong La Union, itong Davao at iba pang mga proyekto na makikita natin to be either ghost or substandard, ang DPWH po will be filing the verified complaint para po mas mapabilis yung proseso, no? Para mas mapabilis at we will do away na nga, sabi nga ni Ombudsman, with the fact-finding
Para wala ng
step.
validation.
Yes, para
Kasi
wala
may
ng
presumption of
validation.
regularity na lahat ng data nila.
So yun po, this is meant to really speed up the filing of cases para, alam nyo naman, paulit-ulit sinasabi ng Pangulo natin na kailangan mabilis na talagang mapanagot yung mga dapat managot. And this will also speed up the efforts to get the money back, no, na initiate na rin po ng ating ICI, ni Justice Andy, at ng ating Ombudsman. So, paraan para bumilis ang proseso, no, para kumbaga less one step ito.
Ombudsman, how long it will take yung TI?
PI, well, 60 days should be a long time here. Kasi counter affidavit lang ang kailangan dyan eh. Counter affidavit lang. Kung hindi namin dadagdagan ng ebidensya yan, kung wala kami dadagdag, diretso na yan. Resolution na kagad yan.
Sir, tama ba, dito po ipi-PI ito o i-deputize din po na?
Depende nga. Titingnan namin ang salary gauge tsaka yung ibang allegations kung nasa jurisdiction ng RTC or Sandigan Bayan.
Except Vince po. Except Vince, may mga nakapila pa po ba tayong case na
Madami.
may sasagot?
Madami po. Sunod-sunod na po ito, no? Alam niyo naman, marami na
421
tayo.
ghost projects.
Yun ang
sir.
suspected natin, 400 plus. Yan po, nakikipagtulungan na po tayo sa ICI kay former General Azurin at sa kanyang team. At tuloy-tuloy po ang ating pag-build up ng mga kaso. So, siguro sa mga, makikita nyo na sunod-sunod na po itong pag-file ng mga kaso ganito.
Sec, ganun din po yung magiging proseso. Uunahin muna yung mga DPW officials.
Depende po lahat sa ebidensyang makakalap natin. No, depende lahat sa ebidensya.
Itong silver wolves, baka dito namin pag-aralan kasi pag nakita namin yung connection with the persons of interest, Eric or Ed Viquiap, baka dito i-file sa Sandigan Bayan. Depende sa makita namin na connection.
Sir, clarify lang po. Ito po yung mga case na pinafile niyo is for the interest of the taong bayan na mabalik po ang pera ng
Yes,
taong bayan.
yes.
Tama po
Ano
yan.
yan eh? One of them is restitution, kung voluntary, yung isa naman dyan, asset preservation, para hindi mawala yung pera. Okay?
Thank you.
Additional question na po regarding kay Senator Joel Villanueva. Since si former Ombudsman Martires po, na nag-grant niya yung motion for reconsideration ni Villanueva, na na-reverse po yung 2016 dismissal order. Ibig sabihin po ba nito ay pwede din kayo mag-issue ng order niyo para i-dismiss si Villanueva based naman po sa mga current allegations?
Pag-aaralan ko. We'll see what's the more decent thing to do. We want to be decent here.
Sir, nakipag-usap po ba kayo kay Senator Joel Villanueva?
Hindi.
They nag-reach out?
He tried to reach out to my brother who sent me a text message containing the supposed reversal done by Ombudsman Martires. But they only did it now. After all the talk, all of us thinking that this order still had to be enforced, suddenly they come up with this. I think that it's something that raising more questions than answers. Diba?
Lalo na dito, sir, sa opisina.
Lalo na sa opisina ito.
Sir, tomorrow mag-uusap kayo ni Senator Joel.
Mapupunta ako na Senate bukas for the budget of the Ombudsman of our office. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.